Hi there, welcome to Yoga for Attention Headache. This short practice is designed to release some of the muscles around the neck and the shoulders that can be responsible for creating a headachy sensation when they are hypertonic or when they are, tense, holding tension. So this is a gentle and slow class. We're not going too crazy. I know no one feels like really doing much movement if you've got a headache going on. And as always, if your headaches are really persistent, you may like to check in with your doctor or your healthcare provider. For this class, you might like a block. If you don't have a block handy, that is totally okay. You can skip it when I say skip it, and you can always use a rolled up towel or a bolster toward the end of the class where I will utilize it there. Let's begin today lying down and keep your block handy. If you don't have your block, this is the part where you can just skip it. You're still going to get that benefit of gently moving the head and neck. Now lie down in a way that works for you. Some people prefer to have their legs out long, apart together. My personal preference is constructive rest, so bent knees, feet wide, knees resting on each other. For me, that makes it really easy to gently lift up the hips, lengthen the lower back and lay it down on the floor. Start to find some comfort on your mat here as much as is available to you right now. Your hands can come down by the sides, or you might like to place them somewhere on your torso. We will begin by settling into this practice using the breath. So without influencing or changing up your breath, just begin to notice your inhale and your exhale. And can you begin to extend, lengthen each inhale and each exhale? Now, simply changing up the way we breathe can change the way the muscles in our neck, particularly our scalenes, which we will work on today, move and function. So if you are kind of a very shallow breather, those muscles can do lots of work for us. So let's take a moment to deepen the breath. Can you send your inhale to fill up your rib cage, to maybe even move your belly a little bit? And breathe out all the way. Inhaling deep. And exhaling slow. Inhaling long. Exhaling slow. Let's take one more round of breath, just like that. Your deepest inhale. And a slow exhale. Now keep this rate of breath going. If you are going to utilize a block, this is your chance to grab it. You can set it on its lowest setting or its middle setting and pop it underneath your head. Now I would like for the edge closest to you, so the one I'm popping my fingers on right now, to sit under your occipital ridge. So that is a little ridge of bone at the back of your head. Now you can lift up your head and just feel kind of where your neck meets your skull. If you can feel a little ridge, you can kind of bump your fingers over it. And it's just like a little bony protuberance. Such a good word. And I want you to rest just under that bony ridge on the edge of your block. Now this ridge is where all the muscles of your neck kind of attach, or not kind of, that is where they attach to your head. And by resting that ridge or just underneath that ridge on the edge of your block, we are putting just a gentle bit of pressure. Now, provided it feels good and safe on your head and neck, we will begin to rock the head slowly from side to side, like you are very slowly shaking your head, saying no, thank you to tension headaches. And we are looking for a gentle massage. We want this to feel like a release. We want this to feel somewhat pleasant. And this goes for any movement or yoga class, especially ones where you're practicing with me. I do not want you pushing through pain. I do not want you feeling uncomfortable or unsafe. So if this doesn't feel right, that's totally cool. You can remove the block and simply rock your head from side to side. And if you keep a kind of heavy feeling in your head, or almost passiveness in your head, you still get that beautiful massage across the back of the skull. I am going to go that block though. This is my favorite thing to do. And we're just going to stay here for a few more rounds of breath. So even as we start moving, still holding on to that conscious, deep, deliberate rhythm with your breath. As I said, our breathing mechanics can also influence the muscles around our neck, our shoulders, our head. And letting them move and function effectively can help us feel better in our bodies. And now, as much as I would love to stay here and just do this all day, let's do a few more rocks from side to side before we move on. Let's take one more each side. Come through center. And you can pop your block on its lowest setting, rest your head, or just rest your head on the ground, whatever feels nicer on your neck and head. And we're going to do a little bit of gentle face massage. You can take your two middle fingers here, or your two top fingers. So you can take your pistol fingers or your middle fingers, whatever feels most natural, and take them to the sides of your jaw. So if you feel the sides of your face, and then bite your teeth together, you'll feel your masseter muscles kind of pop out under your fingers. I want you to pop your fingers where that popping out or muscle movement happens, and just gentle pressure in towards the bone, and then little circles. That feels really nice. And as you may know, I am a massage therapist. So we will do a little bit of self-massage and self-release today, as well as gentle yoga movement. And just using as much pressure here as feels nice. Some people like it quite firm, some people don't need it as firm. But again, we're looking for feel-good movement. What feels nice? We're not pushing into pain, we're not leaning into too much discomfort. This should be a fairly gratifying class. Take your circles in the other direction as well. And I hope this feels nicer for you, because I hope you're not talking as much as I am through this. But I gotta say, the thought of you kind of answering and chatting back to me on the other side of the camera in your, bedroom, living room, that brings me a lot of joy. Now move your fingers up to your temples, that little space either side of your eye, and gentle circles again. Feels so lovely. Take your circles in the other direction. Oh, it's going to be hard to move on from this. Gentle circles. Wonderful. And release. Now take your right hand, that's your action hand, and turn your head to the right. Now reach that hand across to the other side of your neck, so to the left side of your neck. And we're thinking about the SCM muscle or sternocleidomastoid. So it goes from the back of your ear pretty much to the center of your collarbone. And if you really kind of hard turn your head right, you'll feel it pop out a little bit. I can literally kind of grab it. It's a big ropey muscle. So just gently, again, just using the pads of your fingers, you can use a downward stroke, thinking from ear to the inner corner of your left collarbone. If you are comfortable to just grab onto that muscle, you can do that, but just gently stroking it will be nice. Again, we're not looking for pain, gentle release, feel good massage, just down the neck. And then we'll roll the head over to the left. Use your left hand, reach it across to the right side. And again, if you lift your head up slightly off the floor or off the block, you'll feel the muscle pop out. You might be able to gently pincer grip it. Otherwise, we just gently kind of trace down that muscle. So a little bit of gentle massage and release around the front of the neck, back of the neck, shoulders and upper back today. Now finishing off your final one. Release and bring your head back through center. Again, your head can be on the low block or on the floor, whatever works for you. Reach your arms straight up to the ceiling. We have two options here. Take your right arm under your left arm and cross over at the elbows. Option one, we just keep that crossing over and give yourself a massive hug. Try to wrap your fingertips around your shoulders or even the backs of your shoulders. We're looking to spread the upper back out, make space in the upper back. Option two is we have right arm under left, elbows meet, and then we take Garudasana arms or eagle arms. Bring the backs of your palms together, and then if you've got that range, we can wrap the forearms around each other and bring the palms together. Again, there's no better or worse option. It's whatever feels nice for you. I'm gonna go with that big, beautiful hug. 3 breaths each side. As you breathe in, I want you slightly toward your chin and try to breathe into the upper back. Can you expand the back of your rib cage as you breathe in? And as you breathe out, gently drop the elbows just kind of down back towards your belly button. And you'll notice as I do this big movement through the elbows, just a little one, whatever feels nice. Exhale, release. This is what it will look like with those Garudasana arms. Inhale, we lift and expand through the back body. Exhale, release completely. Nice. We're going to repeat other side. So wrap your left elbow under right. Pick your option of that hug or those eagle arms. I'm going to go with the hug. Inhale, breathe as much space into the back body as you can. Exhale, ooh, relax it down. That feels so nice on my upper back. Inhale, lift it all up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift it all up. Exhale, release. I forget how many we've done, but let's just do one more just in case. Releasing everything fully. Ooh, that's lovely. If you do have that block, pop it off to the side. We will use it a bit later. We're going to roll straight on to the front of the body. So we are prone here. You can rest your forehead straight onto the floor or the mat, or you can rest your forehead onto the back of your hands. Your choice. Now I'm going to talk really quiet here because I don't want to use my big loud yoga teacher voice into the microphone. No matter where your head is resting, begin to gently rock your head from side to side. Oh, it's very difficult with glasses on the floor. And again, keeping
a little bit of heaviness in the head as you rock from one side to the other. Just enjoying that gentle massage across the muscles of the forehead. Now you are welcome to stay doing this, but if you want a little bit of extra movement, bonus movement, your feet are hip distance apart and we bend the knees so the feet kind of come up to the ceiling. And as you turn your gaze to the right, rock your knees to the left. Ooh. And then rocking the other way. Gentle movement through the hips. You might find a little movement in the lower back depending on your anatomy. Gentle rocks, gentle massage. Let's do a few more. Each side. I feel like every pose, every little massage we get into, I'm like, oh, I could just stay here. Let's bring your feet, bring your head through center. Pop your legs down on the floor, hands underneath the shoulders, and we'll push up into a tabletop pose. Taking a little bit of what I call cat, cow, kid. I teach this in a lot of classes, so you may have done this one before. Hands underneath the shoulders, neutral spine to begin with. We'll take our cow pose, or I like to say happy cat. We arch the back, turn your tailbone to the ceiling, gently draw your heart between your biceps, look forward. Cat pose, round the back, tuck the tailbone, look to your thighs. Make as much space in the back body as you can. Push your shoulder blades away from each other. And from here, coming into that kid, it's kind of a child's pose. Sit your hips back towards your heels, nice long spine. Send your gaze forward, bend the elbows, and then dragging back to that happy cat shape. There's just lots of gentle movement, lots in the spine, shoulders, head, neck, and a little bit of bonus hips. Keep this going. Again, you might be suffering with that tension headache right now, being just so gentle and kind to yourself. And if you find that a smaller range of movement feels better, go with that today. Let's take one more round. And then the next time that you sit back on your heels, just pause right there. Pull your elbows in toward your knees and come onto your forearms. So in a little egg shape, a little ball shape, sitting back on the heels, forearms on the floor. Gently wiggle your left forearm between your knees, so it's kind of more in the center of the mat. Take your right fingertips behind your ear. So you've got one forearm, left side, and one elbow, right side on the mat. Press into the left forearm and open up that right elbow to the ceiling. So we come into a gentle twist here. Now this is really similar to when we thread the needle, but because we're sitting back on the heels, it kind of brings more of the movement into the upper body. So when I'm warming up the upper body, I love to take this shape instead. Gently bring that right elbow back down toward the floor, and we are going to repeat that. You might like to inhale, reach up. Sometimes once I've got that elbow pointing to the ceiling, I might extend the arm up just for a big stretch. And then circle it back down. Let's do two more, working with that beautiful deep breath, inhaling to open and exhaling to close. One more. Forearm to floor, other side, left fingertips behind the ear. We inhale, open, attention into that upper back. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. I think I do this most days.
If I am about to surf, I'll do this. Not that I surf well. Let's not make me seem cooler than I am. But if I'm going to train upper body in the gym, I will do this. Let's do one more. If I've had a big day of not doing anything, I will do this. Ooh. And then finishing off your final one. Stay sitting on your heels and just walk your hands back towards you so you're sitting up on your heels. Now, I just want you to sit any way that feels nice. So if sitting like this isn't fun for you, you can take that block, pop it between your heels, or you can sit cross-legged. You can sit up on a chair. I don't really mind. I just want you sitting down. Now, once you're sitting up tall, think neutral spine, nice, long and tall. A few gentle rolls of the shoulders. And then we're going to work our way into some self-massage. Got some nice clicks going on as I do that. And working with those scalenes that I mentioned before. But before we do that, release your right hand down by the sides. Kind of think like you're holding a weight in your hand, nice and heavy through that shoulder. Gently take left ear towards left shoulder. And then we have a little bit of play, a bit of gentle exploration here. Now you might get an incredible trap stretch as you are. That feels beneficial. Stay here if that's the case. If you like, you can have a little exploration by gently turning your nose down towards your left armpit, and you might notice that that stretch kind of travels further back in the neck. And then you can gently turn your nose up to the ceiling, keeping that left-sided tilt, and you'll notice that that stretch might gently come forward more towards that SCM front of the neck. And you can repeat that movement of turning the nose down and up, but if you find a spot and you're like, ooh, yeah, that's the spot, just stay there. For me, it's right here. Oh, such a gratifying stretch. And we'll take a few deep breaths in that perfect spot, or perhaps you're still moving, whatever feels right on your neck, right for you. Gently turn your nose to center. Bring your head back up through center. Ooh, let's take the other side. Relax the left arm down. Think about that whole arm being heavy. Shoulder melts away from the ear. And we begin by rocking right ear to right shoulder. And then picking your option of looking down or looking up. Or perhaps you've chosen the option of continued gentle movement. Again, moving carefully and kindly. Kindly, is that a word? Yes, surely. With your neck. Right there, that's the spot. And then a few gentle breaths. Gently turn your nose forward and bring your head up through center. Now take your left hand, again, we'll work with those pistol fingers or those two middle fingers, kind of whatever feels right for you. And I want you to take them onto your collarbone, just above, and then gently drag the skin down a little bit. So you're pinning the skin. So I kind of pop it on the collarbone, press, and then roll under the collarbone. So I'm putting that skin on stretch. Excellent. Now let's do exactly the same thing. Gently rock your head over to the left and use gentle pressure. You'll feel the skin moving as you rock the head away. And you're just gently pressing the fingers in to keep it on stretch. And this time we're going to look straight up to the ceiling and kind of jut your chin out towards the ceiling. Take a huge breath in, right up into the collarbones, and then out. In, One more, in, out. Relax, release the hands, turn the head, come back through center. A gentle move through the shoulder. So again, working with those little neck muscles that can get super tense when they're doing lots of work. And we'll take right fingers over to the left collarbone, pop it on, press it, and put that skin on stretch. Again, we're not looking for pain. This should be a gratifying, beneficial feeling. Rock the head and then start to turn the chin, kind of jut the chin upward to the ceiling. And then we breathe. See if you can expand the top of the chest as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final inhale, really deep. Exhale. Release everything. Taking both hands, pincer grip. Let's actually just do one at a time. I'm going to take right hand across the body and just grab your trap. So you grab that triangle of muscle, or I even do it like this, and just give it a bit of a squeeze towards the shoulder, towards the neck. We're not on the neck, we're on the trap, upper trap. So it's more shoulder than neck. And again, this is massage. Let it feel nice. Squeeze, squeeze. And when you're ready, we'll move to the other side. This is our last little bit. Oh, that's really nice. Last little bit of massage before we get back into some movement and finish off. My right side is definitely my tense side. This is another one of those moments where I'm like, ooh, I could stay here all day. And then release. And settle your hands down by the sides. A gentle roll through the neck, one way and the other way. And we'll take some final moves through the arms. Reach your arms out to the side. Take a big breath in. Feel a sensation or feel a sense of lengthening, opening through the front body. As you exhale, right elbow under left. Now pick your option. Big hug or Garudasana arms. Your choice. I'm going to go with Garudasana arms. Settle your right shoulder toward your right hip, little side bend. Then we round it forward. Think that angry cat spine. Side bend toward the left. And then lift your heart, lift your elbows up towards the ceiling. A little lean back as much as feels nice. 2 more circles just like that. Once you've finished off your 3rd circle, neutral spine, reach the arms out, breathe and expand. Left elbow under right, big hug, Garudasana arms. I'm going to go with that big hug just for some variety. And this time we go left, round forward, right, extend the spine up. 2 more circles. And just let your head kind of come with you on this movement. Wonderful. Finishing off your final circle. Come back through center. Reach the arms out. Big breath in. And then settle the hands down by the sides. Now we are going to come onto the back for one final pose. I want you to grab your rolled up towel, your block, your whatever you've got, bolster. I'm going to go with a block, and I'm not going to lie, I wish I bought an extra one with me, but we make do. We're taking a supported fish, supported Matsayasana. So again, your legs are doing what your legs want to do. Maybe they're out long, maybe they're wide, maybe they're in Baddha Konasana, that butterfly shape. I'm going to go with constructive rest. Rest your block, your bolster, your towel underneath your upper back. So kind of where your rib cage starts and underneath your shoulder blades. I'm going to rest the head down on the ground. If I had another block, I would rest my head on a block or a pillow. If you've got a bolster or a towel, make sure just the top of your bolster or the top of your towel rests under your head here. Take your arms wherever they feel nice. You might grab the elbows, take them overhead to a T, cactus. I'm going to go with hands down by the sides. And we are here just for a few rounds of breath, just a gentle amount of extension. So when I say spinal extension, that's like a back bend. And something else I'm going to think about is lengthening the back of the neck. So it's like a lengthening of the back of the neck, and it's like you're drawing your chin down toward your chest. A lot of the time in these postures, it can be intuitive to jut the chin and the mouth kind of behind you and rest on the top of the head. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I find for the intention of this class, that lengthening of the back of the neck, can be nice to just find a little extra space in those occipitals in the back of the neck. We'll finish up here with 3 big rounds of breath. And you may notice that when you are in different poses, that your breath moves differently, and that is okay. We have muscles that help us breathe from the top of our throat to our pelvic floor. And so when you move the torso, it can affect the way we breathe. Now, if you are super comfortable here, you might like to finish the class exactly as you are. Otherwise, you can follow me by gently rolling off to the side, removing your prop, and coming to lay on your back. This is a great opportunity to pause this class and take a long Shavasana, or perhaps take a guided Shavasana from our platform. Also a nice opportunity to meditate, breath practice, but if you would like to finish up this class alongside me, let's just take a moment laying with a sense of softness. Perhaps noticing if you feel any different to the beginning of this class. And with these questions, this self-reflection, there's no right or wrong answer. You may like to close your eyes if you haven't already, remembering everything is optional. Just inviting a sense of calm and peace, even if you do still have a headache. Again, you might like to continue in rest or taking Shavasana, but if you're following along with me, just gently roll to one side, and with a soft face, maybe closed eyes, press your way up to a comfortable seat. Hands in front of the heart. A moment of gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for carving the time out of your day to do something for your body. Let's begin to rub the palms of the hands together with enough intensity to build a little bit of heat between the palms. When you feel that heat, place them over your closed eyes and breathe in. Blink the eyes open as you breathe out. And bring the hands down into your lap. Thank you so much for practicing along with me, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day today. Thank you.